Alright, so what's up? My name is Tommy, or Goononfire, and ignore the little speck here. I cut myself kind of. It's a very strange story. But anyway, I heard this music playing in the menu, and I'm going to jump right into the game in a second. But I always wanted to do a voiceover, so we'll see how well I can do it. I'm going to wait for the music to come back, and when it does, I'll start. So here we go, the music's playing, and I'm just going to throw an accent on. I'm sorry, if you are British or Scottish. I always get it mixed up, so don't take it, as a bad accent. I just don't know what it is. So I'll do one about, I don't know, a Spartan. Ready? Here we go. I remember when the Spartan program began. We were deemed a threat to society. We were the outcasts of civilization. The truth is, we have no true birthright. We're here for one reason. To defend. To serve. We are simply expendable. And although we are no longer welcomed in a world full of hate and despair, we simply do our best to defend it. There you go. I don't know, so it's the best I can do. Hey, it's Tommy here, or Goononfire. I'm sorry. He's asking me how I come up with hilarious things. I have to turn you down. But I had a bunch of people on my friends list who have been wanting to play. Yeah, we've all been wanting to play with each other for a while. The time hasn't been right. So I just said, hey, fuck it. Let's do it now. And although I'm filming a commentary right now and I won't be able to talk, I thought it'd be cool, at least play a game. Because, you can always have conversations, obviously. And the people who do happen to watch me, when we play, we always have real conversations. So I figure if there's, one time where it's like, oh, I'm just going to turn off the mic and actually talk about the game. I mean, because I really don't film a lot of just start going fucking ham, dog! Where you at? 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 Oh, there he is. Yeah, but I mean, I really don't film commentary, so I don't feel bad if I don't talk to people for a little bit, because it's so rare that I'm actually in here filming. Well, how is no one killing that guy? You going down? Ha ha ha! Yeah! Yeah! And I'm playing with the light on now, because the last time when I was playing with the light off, people said that I looked a little bit funny. This is the normal me, and before it looks like, before it looks like, so guys, this is the part where I go into it, and it's just, I look like an asshole. Well, I mean, I sound like one now, so at least, it's the lesser of two evils, shall we say. I remember before I even got into trolling, there was, anytime I'd see people who would use the jetpacks, I wasn't filming it, and I wasn't recording anything. I would do it, and no one would even be in the game talking to anyone. My eyes would just roll up in the back of my head, and I'd go, troll! Like, they'd be flying above me, and everyone in the game was like, yo, what is wrong with this kid? If you want to piss people off, by the way, you should say things like, hey, dog, where you at? Where you at? And keep asking where you at, and eventually people are gonna get angry. I remember in Push to Talk, in Halo 3, it used to be Push to Talk. You know what I mean? Damn, they just got slaughtered. And what would end up happening was, you had the push to talk. So I'd, hit the button to talk, and I'd start coughing, and I'd be like, and it really took a while for people to catch on. It's almost something that, you never really realized. It's just one of those sick little joys you get out of life where you think, oh, well, only I get it? It's like this dude's been coughing the whole game, and he's got to hit the button to do that. And, yeah. People don't really get my humor, I guess. My mom was joking about, like, oh, yeah, I'm so old. She's not, but we were just kidding around. I'm like, Mom, the books you read is so old that they're written in hieroglyphics. And, that's like the cave writing, kind of, like Egyptian shit, kind of. And, no one got it. I bought a Red Bull from the store one time, and, they get your heart beating so fast. They do. And she goes, so do you like those things? I said, well, they get my heart beating so fast, I feel like if I buy one, it should come with a life insurance policy. No one laughed at that either. And, there was one more that I said, and people just simply, oh yeah, they're like, oh, well, texting's really inconvenient. I said, you're telling me this whole time I've been using Morse code, which is like beep, 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 the stuff they used to use on like military ships and whatnot. And no one gets it. No one understands the humor that I have, which is okay. Because a lot of people, you know, it's almost like a one-sided joke. It's not an inside joke, but unless you know the history of, you know, hieroglyphics, or, you know, unless you know military communication systems, you won't really get it too much. So sometimes it's hard to have humor like that, and it's almost just better when you laugh about it to yourself. Sorry, this dude was about to go ham on me. I like this gun because it brings forth the true, like, battle aspect of the game. So as opposed to just pop, 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 it's, you know what I mean? That's one thing they should do. Maybe my TV just doesn't have a good sound system in it, but I think there should be more bass to the weapons. Like, you know, when a grenade goes off, how it should just be like the, and, you know, you got like the rubble coming down. Or, you know what? Maybe, I don't know, it's so hard to replicate real world. Like, for instance, say you were to have an airplane fly by, hold on. That's another thing, too. I posted it on Twitter. I sound kind of lame saying that, because I'm not really much of a tweeter myself. And, you know, it's really weird, because when you see a lot of the human ships that you have in here, in terms of aircraft, you kind of want more, like the F-22 Raptor, or the Eurofighter Typhoon. You know, there's things that they're modern-day planes, but they still have qualities to them that are almost a little, well, they are futuristic. Like the F-22 Raptor can do a total vertical takeoff. And I just think it'd be so cool to have things that, you know, are a bit more, I know it's futuristic, but just for the hell of the gameplay, you know, just have a plane fly by and I thought that was a pretty decent plane sound. If you think about it, it's kind of just like a raw plane sound. But that'd be cool as hell. Or, you know, it'd be awesome, dependent on maybe the correct word is proximity, yeah, or the distance from where an explosion takes place. Like, say you were to see an explosion go off, the explosion wouldn't happen right away, the sound of it, you know, because the way sound travels, you'd see the doof, and then you'd hear the doof, and I don't know if there was some way to generate like a shock wave or something. These are just ideas that I have, but to be honest with you, as much as I love playing this game, I've certainly lost faith in not lost faith, but you know, I'm never going to expect a map editor, you know, and I know Far Cry 3, I say Flee, was a totally different game in the sense that, you know, it does use a different engine, so it's not fair to compare, but it would be really cool if, you know, hell, Far Cry 2, that's what I meant, you know, that had a map editor. And that was a fairly old game, so it'd be, you know, why can't we do it with, why not do it with, you know, Halo? Or somehow manipulate. I think that just, I mean, if you want to have a crack at it factor to your game, you'd go out of your way to do these things. And Forge is great, you know, it really is, but it still wouldn't hurt. Am I stealing that, dude? Yeah. It wouldn't hurt to somehow try to lace that in. I've told you guys, I used to make maps for Halo Custom Edition, okay? And, I was not one of the bigger guys there. I was known in terms of the community, but in terms of maps, no. And I made things like, I had a guy's SMG model, and I turned it into a silenced one. I just added a cylinder to the end of it, and imported it back into the game. I've made numerous maps. None of them were too good. There was a British guy I knew. Halo Guru was his actual name. Not on the birth certificate. His name was Rob. And we used to make maps together. I'd make a shitty one, then he'd do things and touch it up. He was one of those guys that was just good at everything because fuck you. And so me, I'm the kind of opposite. And what ended up happening? What ended up happening was we'd make these just outrageous maps. I'm like, yeah, dude, wouldn't it be cool shit to make like a Afghanistan style one? So he emails me 3 hours later with a file, and he's made an entire village in the middle of the desert. You know, with intricate traps and ladders, not traps, but passageways and ladders. And he's like, oh, by the way, for you, man, I put your SMG into the game, the silenced one. And we set the damage levels so that you die real fast. Oh my gosh, it was such cool stuff that we used to do. And I believe that because of that, you know, people used to laugh at me like, oh yeah, well, you play Halo. But I make stuff for it too. You know, it's the same with forging. But hey, it's Goononfire. I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. Sorry for talking so much, and pretty much blowing, but hey, I tried. See ya.